I welcome you all in my third lecture of this Unit 5 Primary Manufacturing Process. In this lecture, we are going to understand about the forming process and different kind of forming process that we use in manufacturing sites. First of all, we need to know what is this metal forming process. So, metal forming process is a large set of manufacturing process in which material is deformed plastically to take the shape of the die geometry. The tool used for such deformation is called die and punch, depending on the types of process. Now, we will understand what is plastic deformation and what from where we came to know that this plastic region, elastic region in the next slide. So, first of all, this is the plastic deformation which we use in metal forming process. This region is used in metal forming process. Stress beyond yield strength of the workpiece material is required for this plastic deformation. And what is this plastic deformation, elastic deformation? I'll discuss in next slide. Now the categories of this metal forming process. So we can categorize it into two types: bulk metal forming and sheet metal forming. So first one is bulk metal forming, bulk deformation, in which the bulk material is deformed by using some certain arrangement, and it can further categorize into four categories. The first one is rolling process, forging process, extrusion process, wire and bar drawing process. Now if we are talking about the sheet metal working, it can be further categorized into four categories: the bending operation, deep or cup drawing, searing operation, and other miscellaneous processes. So basically these are the categories of metal forming process, and according to our syllabus we will cover most of them. Now this is called the stress strain diagram, and it is for mild steel. So from here we can understand the plastic deformation and elastic deformation. If we apply a load over a component, let's consider a cylindrical part of a mild steel. If you are applying a tensile load over along its length. So if we are applying load, it will resist that load, and the stress will come up in the game. And this region is called elastic region. And again, if you are applying load, there will be change in dimension, and the ratio of change in length upon the original length is called strain, and the stress is basically the force upon cross section area. This is called stress and this is strain. So after applying load, we will draw this diagram. When the load will increase, the stress will also increase. Stress is nothing but a resistance of a body. If you are applying a load over a body, it will resist, and that resistance is called stress. So this is the elastic region. If you are applying load till this region, and after removing the load, the body will recover its original shape. So this is called elastic region. Again, till here it is a linear elastic region. Okay, this is the yield stress, and this is the upper yield, lower yield, and now this is the plastic region. Now we need to know this: what is this yielding? So take an example. If we have a rod, a metallic rod, and if we start pulling it along its length, so we can see in between a narrow region, a cup formation starts, a neck formation starts, and that is what called yielding. So again, if we are continuously increasing the load, we will cross this elastic region. We will come up in this plastic region, and here what happen, if we are removing load at this position, the body will not fully recover its original shape. So here we use this region in our metal forming process, because we want to change the shape. Again, if we are continuously increasing the load, the strain will increase, and after certain limit, the material will fail. So this is a rupture point, a fracture point. So this is basically called a stress strain diagram. And from here we came to know about the plastic region and elastic region for any material. It differ for every material. For mild steel tees, for cast iron, it will be slightly different, but nature will be the same. Now the classification of bulk forming processes. So first one is rolling process, forging process, extrusion process, and wire drawing process. First of all, we need to know that what is bulk formation. So first, bulk formation is a severe deformation process resulting in massive shape change. the surface area to volume of the work is relatively small because it is a bulk formation, and the volume is more as compared to surface area if we compare. So that's why the ratio is very small. And this is mostly done in hot working. Again, the hot working, cold working, and warm working we'll discuss in next slides. Firstly, we will go through this basic introduction to different kind of bulk forming processes. So let's start with rolling process. So rolling process, as you can see in this diagram, it is a process in which workpiece passes through two roller here, and the roller rotates, and roller pulls the material from this way, and the material comes out from this way, and you can see the thickness of material will reduce, and this is the basically rolling process. The sole purpose of rolling process is to reduce the thickness. So here this is the definition of rolling process. Now again, the forging process. Forging process, we compress the material by using a certain die, and when we compress the material, the interior of this die will be printed over the material, and the shape of this pressed material will be similar to this die. Okay, so the workpiece is compressed between two dies containing shaped contours. The die shape are imparted into the final part. Whatever texture this die will have, that will be imparted over this workpiece. So this is what forging process. Now the extrusion process. Extrusion process basically used to reduce the dia and reduce the you can say the lateral length. So what here we do, this is the material, we push it out from this side, and materials comes out from this side. So again, in this, the workpiece is compressed and pushed into the die opening to take the shape of the die hole as its cross section. So this die, the openings, the material will take the shape of this opening. This can be a round shape, this can be you can say pentagonal, anything. It can be square. It totally depends on this opening shape. Now remember, we are pushing the material in extrusion process. Now look at this wire drawing. In wire drawing, we are pulling the material from this side. So basically the difference between extrusion and wire drawing is, in extrusion we push the material, and in wire drawing we are pulling the material. It is more or less similar to extrusion, but we have the difference. The workpiece is pulled through the die opening to take the cross section. So these are the four kind of bulk forming processes that we need to study in this unit. Now the classification of basic sheet forming process. Many of us know these processes in our daily life. So sheet formation, sheet metal, basically what are the sheet metals, where the surface area is very high as compared to volume, that are the sheet metals. So sheet metal forming involves forming and cutting operation performed on metal sheets, strips and coils. The surface area to volume ratio of the starting metal is very high, so that's why it is called sheet metal. And now start with bending. So you can see from this diagram what we do in bending. In this, the sheet material is strained by punch to give bend shape or angle shape, you can say angle shape. Now second one is deep drawing or cup drawing. This shape look like cup, that's why we called is as a cup drawing also. So in this operation, the flat metal we put the flat metal into hollow or concave shape like a cup. Is performed by stretching the metal in some region. The blank holder is used to clamp the blank on the die. Simply we push the material here. Okay, we have a certain difference here, so that material can flow inside, and we have this blank holder and this punch, and then we apply the load from this punch. So this sheet will take the shape of this cavity. So this is what deep or cup drawing. Now the searing process. Searing process is nothing but the cutting operation by applying load. This way we can perform the searing operation. So till here we have covered the bulk formation, different categories of bulk forming process, and these are the sheet forming process. Now in next lecture we will cover the hot and cold working. What are the hot working, what are the cold working, and then we will start separately with different bulk forming processes. Okay, thank you.